Hello dear students, welcome to online biology rich course class, and in this video I am explaining about the flower. So let us move to the study of flower. Flowers are unique structures produced in the plants called angiosperms. So angiosperms are commonly called angiosperms are the group of the plants which are commonly called flowering plants, because among the different types of plants such as algae, then bryophytes, then pteridophytes, one more group is gymnosperms. All these group of plants do not produce flower. There is no production of a flower in these groups. The flower production is observed only in the angiosperms. Hence, angiosperms are called flowering plants. So then, what is a flower? Why the angiosperms produce the flower? Flower is defined as it is modified stem, also called shoot, modified stem specially produced for sexual reproduction. Sexual reproduction in the sexual reproduction in the plants is carried out by the flower, and flower represents modified stem. Stem is also known as a shoot. The stem undergoes modification and it is developing into a flower, and main purpose of the production of the flower in angiosperms is for the purpose of sexual reproduction. Then question arises, how flower helps in the sexual reproduction? So for that, let us study about the parts of a flower, then how it is helping in sexual reproduction. So let us move to the study of parts of a flower. Then only it is possible to know how the flower is helping in sexual reproduction. The flower consists of different parts, and first part of the flower, it is called calyx. The first part is called calyx, and individual unit of the calyx is called sepal. Let me write this spelling once again. The calyx is green in color, and calyx is first part of the flower. The individual unit of the calyx is called sepal. So the first part green in color, it is nothing but calyx, and calyx individual unit is called sepal. All the parts of a flower are located on a structure called thalamus. Thalamus is the part on which or above which all the parts of a flower are located. In the flower, the most attractive colors are shown by petals. The petals are most attractive parts of the flower, and the group of the petal is called corolla. All the petals together represent corolla, but individual unit of the corolla is called petal. The petals show different attractive colors and generally sepals show green color. Usually calyx is represented by the green colored sepal, but petals are the individual units of the corolla and petals show very attractive and different colors. Then the two main parts of flower are, one is androecium and another is gynoecium. If you observe the structure of hibiscus flower, it is very commonly growing plant in the garden. So in the hibiscus plant, at the tip you can see 5 pin-like structures, and these pin-like structures represents stigma. These structures are called stigma, and stigma is connected to a long tube-like structure. This is called style. If you completely open the flower, at the base of the style there is a bulged portion. This is called ovary. If you break that ovary, many tiny particles you can see inside the ovary, and these small tiny particles are called ovules. Stigma, style and ovary, these three parts together represent pistil, and pistil is individual unit of gynoecium. Remember, gynoecium is female reproductive part of flower. Female reproductive part of the flower is called gynoecium, and gynoecium individually it consists of unit called pistil. When single pistil is observed, it consists of three parts. First one is stigma, second one is style, and third one is ovary. When ovary is sectioned or when ovary is opened, see, if this is the ovary, inside the ovary many small tiny structures are present, and these structures are called ovules. So gynoecium is female reproductive part, and without female reproductive part there is no completion of sexual reproduction. Like that, the flower also contains the very important another part, it is the male reproductive part. In the flower, the male reproductive part is also present, and male reproductive part consists of individual structures known as stamen. This particular structure represents stamen, and stamen consists of two parts. Here I will draw. If this is the stamen, the upper portion of the stamen represents anther, and this stalk-like structure represents filament, and individual group of stamen, individual group of androecium is called stamen, and group of the stamen is called androecium, and androecium represents the male reproductive part of flower. So flower consists of the male reproductive part and female reproductive part. Which one is the male reproductive part? Androecium is the male reproductive part, and gynoecium is female reproductive part. This is the gynoecium, and gynoecium represents the female reproductive part of the flower. Androecium represents male reproductive part of the flower. Due to the presence of male reproductive part, and female reproductive part here is the individual stamen. So both the reproductive structures are present in the flower so that the flower is involved in the sexual reproduction, and alone group of the plants which are producing the flower are nothing but angiosperms. The flower is the unique character produced in the angiosperms. That is why angiosperms are commonly known as flowering plants. So how many parts are present in the flower as explained here? One part is calyx, second part is corolla. Individual units of the calyx are called sepal. Individual units of the corolla are called petal. The very important part is gynoecium, third part, and it is representing female reproductive part. Fourth part is androecium and it is representing male reproductive part. So totally the flower, a standard or typical flower, consists of 4 parts. They are calyx, whose individual unit is called sepal. Usually sepals are green in color. Second is corolla. Individual units are called petal, and petals show very attractive and different colors. The third is gynoecium. Gynoecium represents female reproductive part of the flower, and individual unit of the gynoecium are called pistil. The individual unit of gynoecium is called pistil, and androecium is the fourth part which represents male reproductive part. Individual unit of the androecium is called stamen. So these are the 4 distinct parts which are present in a typical flower. If any one part is absent, then that flower is called incomplete flower. To say a flower as complete flower, or to call a flower as complete flower, it must contain all the 4 parts such as calyx, corolla, gynoecium and androecium. So androecium represents male reproductive part and gynoecium represents female reproductive part. Due to the presence of both the reproductive structures, the flower is called the reproductive organ. Flower is the reproductive organ which is produced as a result of modification of the stem only in case of angiosperms. One more thing you need to remember, the individual unit of the gynoecium is called pistil. In one pistil 3 parts are present: stigma, style and ovary. And inside the ovary, small tiny structures are present called ovules. Like that, individual unit of the androecium are called stamen, and a single stamen consists of anther, and the long stalk-like structure is called filament. And all the parts of a flower are located on a structure known as thalamus. All these structures are located on thalamus. This is about the very simple and brief information about parts of the flower. So now I am going to show 2 flowers. This one is one and one more is there in the next slide. This flower is called Nilakuranji. The name of this flower, let me write. This flower is commonly called, or in Kannada it is called Nilakuranji. What is the speciality of this particular plant? Here you can see the entire mountain range is covered by Nilakuranji. The plant, Nilakuranji plant, produces the flower once in 12 years. Once in 12 years. For 12 years, there will be no production of the flower in Nilakuranji. The Nilakuranji plant produces the flowers only once in 12 years. and this is found in Western Ghats of Karnataka. The Western Ghat is the very good biodiversity rich part of Karnataka, and in the mountain ranges of Western Ghats, the Nilakuranji blooming can be observed, but the plant produces the flower only once in 12 years. Like that, one more interesting plant, this is bamboo. I think you have seen the tree, this is bamboo tree, always it grows in a group. And speciality about the bamboo tree is that in bamboo tree, the plant produces flower only once in its lifetime. Only once in its lifetime or lifespan. Only one time at the end of the life, when the tree becomes completely old, when its lifetime or lifespan is completed, at that time in bamboo we can see the development of the flowers. And some plants are there without season influence, without geographical area, without lifespan, continuously they produce the flower. So about those characters I am going to explain in the next video. Hope the explained part is clear for you. Thank you.